Auzubillahi Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, right now there is a very hot topic in the industry, and then the entire industry is being held, I will call it held hostage to a single agenda, and that agenda is MPA. Okay, there is a lot of propaganda going on that we are against MPA, we are criticizing, and we are doing this and we are doing that. There is also allegation that like this someone only one person is leading the entire team and this and that all. In last 23 years being in industry, I have never seen such kind of language being used in the industry. Like yesterday I was told to put proper fencing, and then like you will have to put proper fencing or otherwise you will become a public property. So I think this kind of language does not fit with someone who is leading the organization or an association. Okay, now coming back to this MPA, what is the reality behind it? Okay, and what we are going to do, and what is our why we are talking about it in different ways. Okay, let us go back to the history of MPA. Okay, MPA was proposed by a member in 2015 2016 somewhere in the Johor, in Penang region. Okay, so in Penang region, when this MPA was proposed, I think that was the right time. I will say that I think it was the need of the industry at that time, because we wanted to have a multi channels where we can have different principles, and then because the principles will not control us. Please bear in mind that end of the day, whatever we do in this MPA, everything belongs to the, when we talk about data belongs to the principal. Okay, now I am coming back to this Penang thing which happened. So this happened in 2016, and it is almost 7 years before it happened. We were at that time, we were not aware that this corona will strike, and then the industry environment, consumer requirements, consumer needs will totally change. Okay, now we are in 2023, where we have went down through a very bad lockdown, and then after that lockdown we have uh, uh, faced a lot of like people has gone to the QR pay, people has gone to the digitalization, the online transfers, and everybody is going cashless, towards the cashless society. And this time it is the digitalization is the main objective or main agenda of every company who want to stay relevant to within their business landscape. Okay, now what we are talking about is here Bank Nigara on the 17th of July 2023. Bank Nigara has announced a multi-principal module or multi-principal agent module or multi-principal arrangement, whatever we call it. Okay, so now, if you look at it, if the Bank Nigara, what it read is that MSB agent, that is also an MSB licensee. Huh? We are all hybrid agents. Okay, may tie up with more than one principal licensee to conduct remittance activities, subject to appropriate safeguards. Okay, safeguards means that we have to put in all the rules and regulations and policies and procedures in place, where we will not have any direct conflict with the written regulatory guidelines. Okay, now there is a one thing is that there is a note there that BNM principal licensee remains accountable and is subject to expectations under BNM policy department and agent oversight framework. So the principals are responsible for the oversight of the agents. Okay, moving forward, now what the Bank Nigara is asking to do, Bank Nigara asking two things. Okay, Number one thing, Bank Nigara are saying that a mechanism to facilitate information sharing among principal licensees on conduct of their agent. So they want the principals, all who are taking part in this MPA, to sit down and develop a mechanism, okay, where the information between two principals. Okay, why we are talking principals? Because now you are going to use two different systems. Okay, at night, right now, at this moment, nobody is clear about it, that because Mr. Espen has openly, he is being chairman of the MPA task force, has informed in the group that he is not sure about any framework. Right now, nothing has been developed. And then when we are talking about MPA mechanism, so there is no mechanism currently in place, or no framework is in place, which is going to enable the smooth, like it is not going to happen tomorrow, like tomorrow, that here, the way it is being played up, the way it is being shown, like you are going to get tomorrow itself, and this is like used as a political tool. Actually, it is not going to happen like that. Okay, it is just only an announcement where the regulator has given a conditional agreement. Okay, and now we are talking about mechanism. So mechanism to facilitate. Okay, so this mechanism has not been developed. Please note that Mr. Espen has confirmed it. Okay, what are the mechanism Bank Nigara looking at is to minimize the risk of onboarding new agents which has passed concerns to principal. So Bank Nigara wants that those agents you have passed, you have dumped them, you cannot retake them. Okay, and then the second part is you have to adhere to the relevant regulatory requirements on data protection. Okay, now coming back to the ensure effective capacity building program are adequately available for agent. So all the principals has to develop a training program where the agents are aware about the guidelines, that what they have to do and what they don't have to do. Okay, like we are talking about example, for example, like like we have a transaction limit of 50,000, and we have to look at the customer profile, and we have to ensure that the customer who is sending the money, we have to ensure that customer profile is there. So how that using the two different systems is going to match together those transactions to calculate the threshold, whether this customer has sent the money from here, send the money from there. And there are a lot of things which will affect us as a regulator. Okay, it will affect us as an agent, where the regulator will look at the transaction threshold, the compliance framework, and all a lot of things are going to be there. And it is not as simple as it is being played up right now. Okay, now the second part here is that telling that we are against it. Why we are not against it? Okay, we talk about Mr. Akbar. Now Mr. Akbar is the president candidate. Why Mr. Akbar should be against it? Mr. Akbar is a class A player, and he has an opportunity to appoint agents. He don't have hybrid agents at all. So he has an opportunity to appoint the hybrid agents. And why he should be against it? Because it is an opportunity. However, what I am trying to say here is that BNM approved the MPA on the 17th of July. It was Monday, but 16th of July itself, it was being spread all, and this one. Okay, my question here is where already it has been answered by Mr. S, when which he says that MPA committee will only be in a position to deliberate after through review of the regulatory requirements and expectations. I think everyone can appreciate that we are not at a liberty to provide the details at this point. So even MPA chairman is not sure about it. Okay. Now, at the second part, we are saying is, okay, that at that time when this MPA module was developed, at that time there were only 3 principals who agreed to it. Right now we have no information how many principals are going to go, how many LMCs are going to take up, and this and that all. Okay. Now there are a few questions which we have to raise here. Okay, has the MPA task force deliberated? So it is already, as we have been told, that it has not been deliberated anything. So there is nothing. Now the second page, has the mechanism to facilitate the information sharing between the principals has been finalized? Not yet finalized. Also not there. Okay. Okay. And then there another part is, okay, so if these are finalized, why this was not shared with the industry? Industry is not being shared. Okay. So why We are using it as a political tool, okay, to call in. And then the healthy debate has been blocked. Okay, like for example, why I am taking this approach now, I am talking through online mediums, because I am being blocked. Suddenly, I am being told that you have to be a member rep to come to a central region session. Why have to be a member rep? Because you don't know how to answer it, you don't know how to debate it, and then you want to block someone who really cares for the industry. Okay, now when it comes to 2016, let me tell you, we are not against MPA. Okay, but for us, MPA should be a member protection and advancement. Why? Because 2020, when the Corona strike, 2019 somewhere, and 2020 and 2021, we have all miserably lost. Okay, and now what is the situation in the industry is that Bangladesh, Nepal, in a lot of corridors, 99.9% of the transactions are going through illegal channels. Only the transactions which are left for the legal channels is only for the Indonesian market, and we are the biggest contributor for the Indonesian market. And then now everyone is eyeing the Indonesian market. Indonesian, they are not getting anything. And then when we talk to them, when they give us the rates, they give us, like, there are many examples which I have shared, that our rates is way below the rates which they sell in their counters. Okay, we cannot, even our own principal are selling cheaper, better rate to their customers which walk in than they give to us. Okay, so then now we already have a one person in the inside. We are feeding data to a one principal who is taking our customers away through their digital channels. And now we are going to have another principal. He is going to come and take away our customer to his digital channels. Okay, so when I will go back to 2020, when the current team was the head of the current team was elected, and we all supported, and we were all driven to a member empowerment, class C empowerment. We will do this, we will do that. But today, nothing has been promised. Whatever was promised, nothing has been achieved. But one part, which is also came into a, like, this is a one whole paper, and we have been given by Bank Negara part of, they tore this paper and give to us a small piece of it, and we are making a lot of noise, a lot of thing, like, like we have like conquered United States. Okay, now you see, when 2020, I think the northern region is the members are the witness and of this, where first first engagement after the election in 2020 was held in the northern region. Okay, and during the northern region engagement, what we planned at that time was that we want to develop a domestic remittance hub. Okay, what is the beauty of domestic remittance hub? Okay, domestic remittance hub is where you are not at the mercy of the principal players. We have our own system, we have opportunity to go digital, we have our own e-channels. We will slowly grow, and we will compete with all of them who are currently our principal. So how the domestic remittance hub was going to work, that was actually an initial the output which we are put was that what we are going to do is we are going to set up a, like some sort of a consortium or whatever. And this domestic remittance hub, we are going to approach to the MDEC as a whole, as an industry, that 200 plus licensees. And then we can get maybe from MDEC, because MDEC gives 5,000 ringgit grant to every licensee. And if we go together as a whole in an industry, we can secure at most 1 million ringgit grant something. And then it is enough for us to deploy our domestic remittance hub. And we are our own bosses, and our data is secure, our customers are secure, we have access to digital channels, we have access to many, we can compete with others. But I really don't know, for God's sake and reasons, that domestic remittance hub was wiped off. It never appeared after the northern region session. It was totally scrapped. Really don't know for what reason. What I am trying to say here is that we are not stopping anyone. Nobody is stopping anyone that you cannot go to MPA. But everyone has to look into it. Our duty here is that, my duty here is that, as because I understand the whole thing, what's going to happen. So my duty is here is to inform the members in advance that what's going to happen. So what's going to happen is that we have one principle. Okay, what are the other problems might arise? Okay, now we have one principle, and maybe we have to, some of us have somewhere they give credit and somewhere we have to pre-fund. When you pre-fund your principal, and here they give you the rate which is so bad that sometimes I have a member from the northern region, sorry, southern region, who have told me that he was told to sell 0 to 0. And if the customer is going to, if the agent is going to sell 0 to 0, then his his rental, his staff salary, his electricity bill, his toner cartridge, his printer, his paper, who is going to pay for it? From here he's going to earn the money. So we have to read. Okay, now the second part is, we all of us are a small players. We have a limited capital, and if we are going to now put our capital to another pre-fund, to another MP principal, then what the money which little bit business we are doing in the counter to do our money exchange business also will be left. We won't be able to do, because we have no, because our business, money exchange business, depends on basically on hard cash. And if we don't have a hard cash, and our hard cash we already deposit into the principal system to do the remittance, we will not be able to get the hard cash. So what I am trying to say here is that industry should not buy in MPA blindly. Okay, we are not saying it is good, we are not saying it is bad. Right now it is very raw. There is no proper governance framework, there is no proper procedure how long it will take to develop where we are going to go. Meanwhile, what we are thinking is, what we are planning is that uh, instead of deploying this MPA, we call it multi-principal arrangement or multi-principal agent module. Why not we deploy an MPA which is called member protection and advancement? That we want to move forward, we want to look forward, we don't want to look backwards. 2016 was backward. You don't look backward what has happened in the past. Okay, if you want to look backward to learn some lessons, you see, we always look at our past because we want to learn some lessons from the past. We don't want to look, and we want to pick all the good, and we want to dump all the bad behind us, and we want to learn from the mistakes we have made, and we move forward towards the future for the better of us. So what I'm trying to say here is that when 2016, 7 years before MPA was announced, that time was proposed, can all of us go back into our HQs and open our book of accounts and look at our profits? How much money we were making then, and how much money we are making today? Where the customer has gone? Who has taken our customers? For example, I have gone to one factory, has come and they onboarded their customers to my place. And then once I key in the data, my principal has seen already the data has come in. So my principal has sent his digital team to go and onboard them directly to his digital channels. And I have become just a data feeder. The data feeder. So we are going to become just a data feeder. And apparently the other day in the central region session, I have already informed that what is the importance of data now. Data is a very important source for someone who want to stay relevant in current business environment. Why Facebook, why WhatsApp are giving free services? Do you think that they are not making money from it? The WhatsApp gives us free. What they do is they use the artificial intelligence, they will use the machine learning tools to 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 scrap our messages, and then they pick up the points, and that data they sell to the consumers. Okay, now we are in an industry where everyone is eyeing, everyone is trying to compete with each other, and how we are going to stay relevant. Okay, now we talk about money exchange industry. What is happening in the money exchange industry? How competitive it has become. And then here, we are working day and night, working hard, and then end of the day, we are not making enough money. How about our investment which we have put in? How much there must be a return? Okay, according to journal investment guideline, After paying off your salaries, your expenses, you must earn at least 10.5% to 11%. Okay. And it is very easy for us to calculate. If we go back, you can go back to your office and you can calculate back that the money you have made, your net profit, you divide it by your net book value and you time 100 and you know that what you are making, and that is your invest. How about your hard work? Now here what is happening is that you can pick up the rates of the wholesalers. Okay. And the wholesalers are what doing? They are the rate which they give us buy and sell their own counters. They buy expensive, they give better rate to walk-in customers than to they buy from us, and they sell cheaper to walk-in customers than they sell to us, and this is happening. Okay. And what we are trying to do here, okay, now this, what is the meaning of wholesale? Wholesale meaning you buy in bulk. Like for example, I order from my company today from the wholesaler, I want 500 juta rupiah, or I want 200,000 or 500,000 Thai baht. Now I get the rate for rupiah, for example, 310. And now after I buy from 30, maybe I will make 1 ringgit or 2 ringgit or 3 ringgit to the maximum. But here what is happening is my wholesaler, the next door counter, to the person who walks in for 1 juta is selling 309. We need to have some ethical practices in the business. So this is what is happening right now. And are we going to elect and support those kind of people who are involved in such kind of practices? My point here is that, you see, there is a lot of things which has to be done in the industry, as when we talk about, when we talk about how we are going to put forward, how we are going to move forward into a direction where we want all of us to grow together. We have to look forward, we don't want to look backward. End of the day, my duty is to make informative and information, pass the information. And end of the day, it is the business decision which every company has to take, whether it want to go into this way or want to go into that way. Now coming back to a lot of recommendation which we have put forward. We have planned how we want to have a continuity in leadership. We want to talk about how we are going to ensure that the revenue sustainability, how the industry will be sustainable. And then want to talk about how we are going to make mums relevant to the members. We have a different kind of digitalization, how we are going to move forward. So right now also we are 200 plus licensees. So as a group, we can go to MDAC. We can secure 1 million plus ringgit loan. Maybe we send a memorandum. Last time I wrote a lot of memorandums for the industry. So I can put those memorandums back to the we can take to the Minister of Multimedia Commission, and we ask them to give us another 1 million ringgit, and then we can deploy this domestic remittance hub where we are all our own bosses, and we grow slowly by slowly, and we can compete equally with all those who are competing with us right now, and we are not depending to them anymore. Our domestic remittance hub is directly connected with the Transfast, Transcash, iPay, Tranglo, BNI, Bank Mandiri, in the Bangladeshi bank. So we are directly connected, and our cost and their cost is same. So how much money they can offer 307, we can offer 306.9, and we can still pull the customers to us. That is called competition, and that's called fair competition. And here I am asking, I mean, as a leader, whoever is a leader, he has to think, if really loves his people, he really loves the community, he really loves the industry, then he will put forward and find the ways that how the leader is going to move forward the industry, not take the industry back. Now here we are being pulled back, 2016, and we have to look forward. We have other initiative. You want to have a member portal, we want to have an active GoCo portal, we have we want to have a digital information center. We want to have, okay, let me tell you, during last 10 years, not even one person has taken an effort to draft a report and submit to Bank Nigara on illegal remittance. Okay, I am the one who did that. I am the one, and even on the rough that data I have submitted to Bank Nigara at what how much the industry is losing, and then moving forward, how we are going to what we are going to do to tackle this illegal remittance. And we have put forward a one big framework where the regulator is very happy, and we are working towards it. Okay, and we have put a timeline that how we are going to all so right now, what I am saying is that let us join together and let us don't look backward. Let us look forward. Let us look how the now the world is going up. Now you know you go to even a Nasi Lama store, they ask you to pay with the QR pay. And now we are talk about our our southern region members. Okay, they are at very high risk, and those in the border areas because the Southeast Asian, all the governments has activated the cross-border QR pay, and then eventually the rates of the industry will become so competitive that they will be biggest victims. And how we are going to save them, that should be our agenda, and that is we have to join heads together, and we have to think together for the survival of all of us in money changing, in remittance industry, in every part of it. And we have to close ranks, and we have to go together, and we have to reject all those negative agendas and negative thoughts which are pulling us backwards. We have to look into that. We are not going to be held hostage to a one person agenda. One agenda. You have served for 4 years, and you are, other day one member I am shocked that one member had shared with me that he had question in the group, and he was told that, oh, we have done for you, we allow you to operate 3 point during the MCO 3.0. You don't appreciate it. So what you want us to put the one gallon in your neck that you have done. You got elected yourself, and you taken the promise that you will serve, so that's why you served, and that is your duty. You are not doing any kind of a favor to us because you decided to serve. But all the mess what is happening today in the industry, we cannot hold hostage to a single agenda of MPA. Nobody is telling that no MPA. All of us want MPA. MPA means members protection and advancement. So dear friends, I will stop here, and moving forward, as we say, we will have a session in the night every day 9 to 10 p.m. where we will take the questions from you, what you want, what the members want, and those questions will be answered by all of those people who are contesting for the position, to listen to the members and work towards the members' expectations. And let us work together to build a very competitive, professional industry. Walaikum wassalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and thank you very much.